Okay, first things first, I am shooting this video in my hotel room in Manchester, and isn't it pretty plain? It's pretty plain. Before the Champions League semifinal draw is announced as well, so if you're looking for my thoughts on those matchups, you're just gonna have to wait for me to let's do another preview next week. Also, you're gonna have to wait when I'm not jet lagged and tired and preparing for the big FIFA Ultimate Team Championship with EA this weekend. Also, this is me definitely trying to stall because I know I sucked at my predictions for the quarterfinals, and you know I sucked at my predictions for the quarterfinals, so I'm pretty sure you're here just to see me suffer. And I kind of like that about all of you. But there's absolutely no way anyone predicted that City and Barcelona would both lose, and if you say otherwise, you're fucking lying. But all right, let's go. Let's face the music. Let's watch this prediction video. I'm ready, kind of. And which game did I talk about first? And we're gonna start with Barcelona versus Roma. Oh, of course we're gonna start with this one. Why wouldn't we start with this one? It's fantastic. It's gonna be awesome. Not really. Which on paper and based on current form should be a walk in the park for Barcelona, but given that Roma topped a group that had Atletico Madrid and Chelsea in it, and then they showed some resolve by outlasting a tough and underrated Shakhtar Donetsk in the round of 16, I think this could prove to be a tougher task for Barca than it might appear at first glance. So wait. Can we just end it here because what I said was spot on. Roma. Whoa. Wait a second. Don't sing this without me, big guy, because I love singing this. Roma. Okay, now we can continue. One, they should watch a lot of game tape, specifically of last season's Champions League Leg 1 match between Barcelona and PSG in Paris, where the Ligue 1 giants dismantled Barca 4-0, and then they need to watch it again and again and again because whatever PSG did that night clearly worked, and it worked to great effect. However, they should not watch leg 2 of that matchup because that was the complete opposite of what to do. Okay, wait. This is some good stuff here, and I'm sounding pretty smart so far. And 2, take their opportunities. And I know I'm stating the obvious here because you could say this about any team and in any sport, but given how stout Barcelona's defense has been this season, they are not going to get too many good looks at goal. So when Edin Dzeko and his teams get a sniff, it needs to hit the back of the net if they want to put any real significant pressure on their opponents who, for me, have yet to be properly challenged in this competition outside of maybe the first 65 to 70 minutes of leg 1 in their Chelsea matchup. Okay, wait. That was pretty convincing. And I feel like I'm buying in on Roma based on what I just said. So let's just jump to the prediction at the end. Maybe what I thought I said, I didn't think I said, and I got this one right. So as much as I want to give Roma a chance, and they might have had one, if this matchup was a one-off game that was being played in Rome, they don't have any. 0! That's how much I like Barcelona doing the business in this one, and I'll say it's going to be 4-1 over the 2 legs with Roma captain Daniel De Rossi getting a red card for good measure. Oh no! I mean, how would I know that the 4-1 scoreline prediction was going to be right for leg 1 only, and that Messi wouldn't score in either leg, and that Samuel Umtiti would fall asleep and not even try to make a difference in Edin Dzeko's first goal in Rome? Have you seen this? It's disgusting. Go find the highlight, or I'll put the link in the description, and watch him and him only. He doesn't change speeds at all. There's no urgency, and I actually still can't wrap my head around how poor that was defensively for a player at his level, and that somehow, someway, Barcelona would lose this over 2 legs. They've been so good all season, so this really defies logic. Also, back to Messi, the door is now wide open for someone other than him to win the Ballon d'Or this season, and my vote is for Conradinho. Now, had he won the treble with his club, that would have gone a long way, obviously, towards that happening, especially if he carried Argentina on his back for a deep run in the World Cup. But have you seen this Argentina team? Doesn't seem likely. But now with this loss and an average performance by his standards in the second leg against Roma, it is up for grabs, and it looks like Ronaldo might have snatched the lead from him, but whatever. To all of that, I also want to say that that's the last time I say that Roma has a 0 chance at anything, and I apologize to them and their fans. And now I'm 0 for 1, and now I'm pissed. What's next? And next up, it's Sevilla versus Bayern Munich. Sevilla versus Bayern Munich. This one's in the bag. I knew it then, and I know it now, because Bayern has been playing way too well to be beat by Sevilla over 2 legs. Maybe in a one-off game, I would have given Sevilla a chance, but not in this situation. So let's just jump to the end and see what I said. So in summation, if Bayern stay healthy and play to their potential, which they seem to do with great regularity under their old but new manager, I'm just not sure there's much Sevilla can do to slow them down, even though Sevilla will be playing for their lives since they're not going to qualify for this competition next season given their current league form. So look for Bob Lewandowski, Arjen Robben, Franck Ribéry, and let's say James Rodriguez to bag a goal or two each as their 5-2 win over two legs spells the end of the road for Sevilla. Okay, so the scoreline was a lot closer than I was anticipating. It ended 2-1, and none of the players I named for Bayern actually scored, so fair play to Sevilla for keeping some very talented attackers in check. But I still got the team right, and that's all that matters at the end of the day, so suck it, everyone. I'm 1 for 2. Who's next? And up next, it's Liverpool versus Manchester. Oh, crap. And what promises to be the most entertaining tie of the quarterfinals. No. Actually, it didn't end up as the most entertaining tie of the quarterfinals, you idiots. So I've already botched this one. Two of the best attacking sides in England, and let's be honest, in all of Europe, are going to lock horns for a chance to reach the semifinals, which means this guarantees that there'll be an English team in the semis, so hopefully that'll put to rest who has the best league in the world since it's still clearly Spain. Oh! Look at me throwing some low-key shade at England. I think I'm so goddamn funny, and I usually am, except when I'm missing predictions, and I'm pretty sure I missed this one. And I don't really want to watch the rest, but I'm going to do it anyway, just for you. But after both of these English teams both won their groups and easily strolled past their round of 16 opponents to make it to this point, this should be a fantastic 180 minutes. But let's start with the two things that City has to do to win this first. One, properly defend, because the last time these two teams played each other, it ended up 4-3 in favor of Liverpool, which is City's only loss in the league this season. So manager Pep Guardiola has to adjust his tactics to accommodate for the fact that Liverpool can and will break their high pressing, and they can score goals after doing so. So there has to be a concerted effort on City's part to figure out a way to slow down the very informed Mohamed Salah, Roberto Firmino, and Sadio Mane when they do get into the attacking. Okay, I let that one run a bit because I wanted to hear what I said in its entirety. But newsflash, City didn't properly defend because Pep Guardiola didn't put them in a position to have success. He put a center back at left back in leg one, which I guess in some ways felt more like a back three with Kyle Walker pushing forward a ton. And then he straight up rolled out a back three in leg two, which I guess I understand why to a certain degree since he has to chase the game a bit when they're down 3 goals. But you're asking for trouble to ask your defenders to essentially go man-to-man on one of the best attacking trios in the world, and they paid for it, all right? Good, we're all on the same page? Excellent. Now what else did I say? And 2, commit 100% to this competition because at the start of April, City will play leg 1. And then 3 days later, they play Manchester United with most likely a chance to win the league. And then they play Liverpool again midweek in leg 2 before playing against Tottenham 4 days after that at Wembley with maybe another chance to win the league depending on the result against United. So I really feel like it's going to be hard for them to not want to focus on that, but I'm not sure that they'll be able to pull off both at the same time. That's just so much concentration and energy to commit to both. So I really feel like they should focus on this competition first and then take care of the league after. Even if you have to drop a few points along the way because you got a big enough gap at the top, you're fine. Yes, this is sound advice and they didn't listen to me. Also, let's be honest. Based how I'm shaping my arguments right now, it feels like I'm picking Liverpool in this one. So let's see if I did. I don't actually remember. I kind of remember. I'm hoping that I don't remember. Whatever, let's just hit this and keep going. And as for Liverpool, here are their 2 things. 1, start Alex Oxlade-Chamberlain, because in Liverpool's 4-3 win over City, the Ox did a great job high pressing, which helped his team break up City's build-up play before they could even get started. And as an added bonus, he finished that game with a goal and an assist. So if manager Jurgen Klopp wants to take a bit of a risk because there are arguably more talented players available for Klopp to choose from, then I believe leg 1 would be a great opportunity to try it again and see how it goes. Wait a second. I let this run because I love the sound of my voice when I absolutely nail a prediction. So thank you, Ox, for being immense in both legs. And 2, they have to be prepared for City's adjustments because Pep will definitely be tinkering with some things, either with his starting lineup or with his tactics in general after that 4-3 loss that I've mentioned about 17 times already. Though Klopp, who has the best record of any manager that has managed more than 10 games against Pep, he has 6 wins, 5 losses and 1 draw against him in 12 games, will be ready. So his challenge really is going to be in making sure his players are ready for it too, because this City team is a beast. What the hell was I talking about on that point? Why wouldn't he have his team ready? That's his job. Of course he would. And it's one of the biggest games of the season. So whoever is talking, delete this guy's account and his Captain Obvious analysis. However, it still feels like I'm leaning heavily towards Liverpool to do it. So maybe I can't remember. But we'll confirm it right now. So in summation, I'm not sure about this one because based on current form, I really like Liverpool at the moment, especially in how they have shored things up defensively. God, just spit it out. City, 5-4. I had it set up perfectly to pick Liverpool, and I had good reasoning as to why they would do it, so just show some goddamn courage and follow through on picking Liverpool, you dummy. So disappointed in myself, and now I'm 1 for 3, which is unacceptable. Next. And finally, it's Juventus versus Real Madrid. All right, I remember picking Real Madrid as a reverse jinx because every time that I picked them to lose, they won. So I thought, you know what? All right, if I pick them to win this time, they're gonna lose, and they almost did. But let's see what I predicted first, just to confirm what I remember. So, because I always pick Real Madrid to lose in my previews, which has actually acted as good luck for them these last 2 seasons, I'm gonna pick them to win this one against Juve, and not because I'm trying to get all of you Madridistas all fired up that I'm finally on your side, and now you feel like that's a bad omen, and that you're gonna lose this matchup for sure, because I would never do that. I'm not like that, never do that. Instead, I believe that Madrid know that this is their only chance to win some significant hardware at the end of this season, since they're not gonna win the league or the Copa del Rey, which I believe will prove to be enough motivation for them to get past Juve, which they will do 4-2 over 2 legs. Okay, first of all, I almost nailed the scoreline perfectly. Second, Real Madrid did win, so I finished 2 for 4, and I'm gonna have to take it because I was so close to being 1 for 4. But I wasn't, I was 2 for 4. But don't worry, I'm gonna totally redeem myself with my semifinal predictions. And third, I wanna state for the record that I believe it was a penalty at the end against Juve, which ended with Buffon getting a red card, sadly, and Ronaldo scoring the winner like he does, but it doesn't start and stop with Mehdi Benatia, who got whistled for the foul. Is that how you say it? Mehdi Benatia? I think it is. It starts with the midfielders not closing the ball down when Toni Kroos has it with enough time to pick up his head 10 yards off the top of the box and make the pass that he wants to make. Now take a look at this picture. A second before Kroos gets the ball, Juve have 9 guys almost in a line. They lost their defensive shape. Their 2 lines, the midfield and the back 4, collapse onto each other. And when that happens, that always leads to trouble. And then Pjanic ends up sprinting out to him to close it down, but it's too late. He should have already been in that space, because if he had been in that space, then Kroos never would have been able to pick out Ronaldo making a run to the back post. Then my next problem with the play is Alexandro dropping 2 yards behind everyone else to stay with Ronaldo in his run to the back post. Now, if he held the line with all of his other defenders, Ronaldo definitely would have been offside, but instead, he drops, and that immediately makes all of the other Juve defenders vulnerable because their movement is going forward while Sandro is dropping backwards. So when the ball is inevitably played back into the middle because Sandro didn't get an arm or body on Ronaldo, Benatia is in a terrible starting position, and then he makes the decision to try and play the ball while barging through Vasquez, which is risky, and I don't condone him at all for making that decision because I probably would have done the same, but the risk didn't pay off, and I believe a penalty was the right call. But it was a play that didn't even have to happen if 2 of Benatia's teammates had made different decisions and if Juve had just kept their team shape in the first place. But I digress. So all right, that is it. That is all I got. So thank you for watching as always, and then be on the lookout for my Champions League semifinals preview next week. Later.